There's a silence that enters the room when you leave. Not just the absence of your voice, your footsteps, or your scent, but the kind of silence that seeps into the soul. And that silence speaks volumes to a woman. Have you ever wondered what happens inside her mind when you're not around? Does she miss you? Does she feel relief, confusion, longing? The truth is far more complex and revealing than you think. In your absence, a woman doesn't just think, she feels. She replays memories, analyzes gestures, and questions everything you've said or haven't said. This is where emotional psychology takes over. And if you don't understand what happens during this crucial period, you'll never truly grasp her heart. Men often think that presence is power, but they underestimate the immense psychological weight of absence. It's during your absence that a woman often decides what you truly mean to her. This video isn't just about what she feels. It's about what you need to understand to become a man of depth, presence, and impact. Watch till the end, because once you understand what a woman goes through in your absence, you'll never look at connection the same way again. Number 1, emotional echoes. Her mind replays everything you've done. When you leave, her world doesn't go silent, it gets louder. The mind of a woman is built for emotional memory. Unlike men, who tend to compartmentalize, a woman's thoughts often circle back, looping through every word, every touch, and every unspoken moment. She'll replay that time you looked at her with admiration, or that one moment you ignored her and didn't notice her subtle shift in mood. It all matters. In your absence, these emotional echoes become a highlight reel, but not always the kind you want. Psychologists call this the Zeigarnik effect, the tendency to remember unfinished or interrupted experiences more vividly. If your last moment with her was cold, distant, or unclear, she will dwell on it. But if you left her feeling seen, cherished, and valued, those emotions will echo in her heart louder than any words. So while you think you're just away, she's reliving the relationship in HD, frame by frame. She's scanning for patterns, meanings, truth. This is where your behavior becomes amplified. Absence doesn't erase your presence, it magnifies it. If you want to be unforgettable in a woman's mind, leave her not with silence, but with a powerful emotional imprint. That's what lingers. That's what lasts. Number 2, the void of connection. She feels the missing energy. Presence isn't just physical, it's energetic. When you're around, you're not just a man, you're a source of emotional frequency. Your laughter, your confidence, even your silence. It creates an emotional climate. And when you're gone, she doesn't just notice, it hurts. Women are deeply intuitive beings. They pick up on energy shifts faster than you can blink. Your absence creates a void, and that void begins to speak. If you were her source of security, joy, or even challenge, that energy goes missing. This triggers a powerful psychological phenomenon known as emotional deprivation. The mind begins to crave what it's lost, especially if it was meaningful. And what's worse, the imagination kicks in. She begins to wonder, why isn't he here? Is he thinking of me? Has he moved on? The emotional vacuum can lead her to spiral into fear, doubt, or longing. Or if your presence was draining or inconsistent, she might feel relief. And that relief speaks louder than words. It tells her subconscious that your presence was more of a weight than a gift. Here's the truth. A woman remembers how you made her feel more than what you said. Your absence either makes her miss you or feel free from you. Be the man whose absence is felt because your presence was powerful, not painful. Number 3, the rise of reflection. She questions your true intentions. In your absence, something powerful awakens in her. Reflection. This is the phase where her emotions take a back seat and logic begins to speak. She starts to evaluate. Was he genuine? Did he really care? Was I just a convenience or a priority? This is a deeply psychological response known as retrospective clarity. When you're gone, she no longer sees you through the emotional haze. She sees you through the sharp lens of reason. Your actions begin to mean more than your words. Every inconsistency you thought she ignored, now it echoes. Every time you made her feel less than or failed to meet her emotional needs, it resurfaces with brutal clarity. But here's where the opportunity lies. If your actions were pure, if your presence was honest, your absence becomes a mirror reflecting your integrity. She begins to respect you more, even in distance. Absence reveals more than presence ever could. So when she's alone, when the world is quiet and all she has is memory, what truth will she find in your actions? That's the real question. If you want a woman to see your worth when you're not there, show it consistently when you are. That's what sticks. That's what survives absence. Number 4, the emotional pendulum. She swings between missing you and moving on. Absence creates a strange duality in a woman. On one side, she longs for the emotional connection. On the other, she questions whether it was ever real. She's stuck in the swing of the emotional pendulum, and every man should understand this. At first, she may feel sadness. She might scroll through old messages, listen to songs that remind her of you, or stare blankly at the places you once shared. Her emotions swell. She misses you. But then she swings. Anger creeps in. Why hasn't he called? Why do I always care more? This isn't random. It's a psychological defense mechanism known as emotional recalibration. The mind begins to protect the heart. She starts focusing on your flaws, reminding herself of the reasons to let go. And then, just like that, the pendulum swings back. One kind memory pulls her right back into longing. This back and forth can last days, weeks, even months. And it's this emotional storm that decides whether she comes back or closes the door for good. The lesson? Don't play games. Your absence should be purposeful, not manipulative. If you walk away, be a man of clarity and honor. Let your silence speak of confidence, not carelessness. Because while she's swinging between emotions, she's ultimately choosing, do I wait for him or walk away forever? Number 5, the final emotional verdict. She rewrites your role in her story. This is where everything changes. After all the replaying, the energy void, the reflection, and the emotional swings, she makes a decision. And once a woman decides, it's almost always final. This is the psychological closure phase. She rewrites the story. She either crowns you as someone who impacted her deeply, or categorizes you as just another chapter she had to outgrow. And here's the emotional truth. This happens in silence. You won't get a warning. No final conversation, just a change in her tone, her distance, her eyes. Because when a woman emotionally lets go, it's not loud, it's absolute. But if your presence was honest, your intentions clear, and your absence respectful, she will carry your image in a sacred corner of her mind. She may not reach out, she may not return, but you will be the man she compares others to. However, if your absence exposed weakness, immaturity, or manipulation, she'll erase you from her heart like you never mattered. This is the emotional verdict, and every man must know. Your absence isn't just time passing, it's a test. Pass that test, and you become unforgettable. Fail it, and you become irrelevant. Conclusion. In your absence, you are more than gone, you are being measured. Every moment without you becomes a mirror, reflecting the kind of man you were when you were present. A woman doesn't forget how you made her feel. She doesn't forget who you were when she needed you, or when she was most vulnerable. Your absence either nurtures the love she has for you, or it starves it. There is no neutral ground. So let this be your reminder. Make your presence count so that your absence speaks volumes. Be a man who brings clarity, not confusion. Strength, not control. Depth, not games. If you felt the sting of being forgotten, maybe it's because you didn't leave behind something worth remembering. But now you know better. If this resonated with you, if it opened your eyes, then don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, share it, and leave a comment. Tell us your thoughts, your experiences. Let's build a community of men who understand, grow, and lead with emotional depth. And remember to subscribe, because becoming unforgettable is not about being loud. It's about being real. And real men leave an echo that never fades.